Hey, what's going on, Who That Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints. And right now, I'm at the radio station, 90.9 FM, where I work. And I'm just sitting here at the desk. And I just thought that I would talk a little bit about Teddy Bridgewater. Now, we all been critiquing Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, ever since like the preseason. The big debate was who is going to be the successor to Drew Brees. Is it going to be Taysom Hill? Is it going to be Teddy Bridgewater? We didn't think that we would be having this conversation in the regular season because we all know that Drew Brees for the past 13 years, he's been Iron Man. He's been the guy. You know, we ain't never had no issues when it comes to possibly needing a backup quarterback because Drew Brees always played. But now Drew Brees is down for a couple weeks and we see Teddy Bridgewater. We've seen him in 2 games and he is 2-0. I mean, and that's nothing to sneeze at. He played against 2 of the best teams in the NFC. Very impressive. Beating the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle and, of course, the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday night. But I think it's time for us to discuss Teddy Bridgewater. And the question that is on everybody's mind, is he the true successor to Drew Brees? And anybody that knows me knows that, I try to be as objective as I can. I try to be as open as I can. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt, no matter the position. I usually just kind of wait in the wings and try to see things before I actually speak on them. And, just evaluating Teddy Bridgewater over the past couple weeks, just looking at him, looking at the body language, looking at the communication, looking at his command of the offense, I had to ask myself, really, is he the true successor to Drew Brees like I've been saying he is? And I've come to the conclusion that he's not. Not because he's a bad quarterback. I think we all can agree that Teddy Bridgewater is not a bad quarterback, very serviceable. I think that he would be a good quarterback in anybody's system. He's a guy who makes, good decisions. He doesn't turn the ball over at an alarming rate. He's not much of a risk taker or anything like that. So he's a guy that will go down as one of those Alex Smith type guys, game manager, a guy that can make a play, that can sustain drives. I mean, it's been proven in that Dallas Cowboy game when he went 15 plays and took off 9 minutes on the clock. And that was under the watch of Teddy Bridgewater. But the problem that I have is today's NFL. Today's NFL is not suited for a quarterback like Teddy Bridgewater. If this was like a couple years ago, before all these rule changes and stuff like that, where the defense really honestly had an opportunity and a chance to actually make plays without flags being thrown all over the place, I really think that Teddy Bridgewater would thrive in this NFL. But today's NFL, I don't think that he is the answer to the question of the offensive play caller. I just don't think that he's the guy because of how he plays. Teddy Bridgewater is one of those guys that kind of matriculate the ball downfield. He's one of those guys that needs a really good defense in order for him to actually be successful in this league. And the way that the offenses are playing right now, throwing the ball all over the place, I mean, it's going to be a challenge, for Teddy Bridgewater because it's going to come a time where he's going to have to lead the offense and he's going to have to put up some big numbers, man. And I don't think that he is that type of quarterback. Do I think that he can play in this league for 10, 15 years? Absolutely. I mean, we look at people like Fitzpatrick. We look at the McCown brothers. I mean, these guys have been in the league for I don't know how long being backup quarterbacks. I even think that Teddy Bridgewater can have some opportunities, kind of like a Tyrod Taylor, the guy that can come in and maybe if somebody get hurt, lead your team possibly to the playoffs. Like I said, he's a good game manager. He makes good decisions. But in today's NFL, I just don't think that he's the answer. So what can we do in the Who That Nation? What should the Saints organization do? In my opinion, I think they need to go out here and find themselves another quarterback. Rather it's in the draft or you getting somebody, I don't know, like a Gardner Minshew. You know, I mean, Gardner Minshew out there in Jacksonville, I mean, he's really playing ball right now. You can say that it's because defenses don't have any tape on him. Maybe he's just playing with house money. I don't know, but we all know that Nick Foles is the guy in Jacksonville. They paid him a lot of money to come down there to give him some of that Foles magic. So getting a guy like Gardner Minshew, or getting a guy in the draft like the quarterback from Georgia, or, you know, even a guy, you know, Joe Burrow, a lot of people have been talking about. But I just want to see the Saints be able to be successful, and I want to see them get a quarterback that can actually put up some numbers, because if you look at the NFC South, I mean, you look at the Atlanta Falcons, even though they're down this year, I mean, they still got Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, and Mohamed Sanu. And they also got Devontae Freeman catching out of the backfield. You got Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Seems like the light is coming on for them. And the offense is really like clicking on all cylinders. It's going to come a time where you're going to have to be in one of those offensive battles, and you want to have a quarterback that can go out there and go toe-to-toe, blow for blow with the opposing quarterback, you know, and putting up these big numbers and leading your team to victory. So once again, this is not a knock at Teddy Bridgewater. It's not. You know, I think that Teddy Bridgewater is a good quarterback. But once again, for what the Saints actually do and what the weapons that they actually have on his team, I just think that Teddy Bridgewater is not the answer. Now, I will come back. You know, I have no problem with admitting I'm wrong. But I don't mind going back. If he comes out here and he sets the world on fire, he improves, you know, tremendously. But as of right now, after watching him play, after watching him take first team reps and watching some of the decisions that he made, I just have to say I don't think that he's the answer to the question. But I do think that he is the answer right now. I think he's doing a good job. He's not Drew Brees. Not many quarterbacks are Drew Brees, but he is doing an outstanding job. He's making sure that the offense is running efficiently to a point where, you know, they're not really self-destructing on the field. I mean, we can talk about the offensive line, but that's a story for another day. So that is my take on Teddy Bridgewater, but I would like to hear from you. What do you think about Teddy Bridgewater? Am I being too harsh on Teddy? Do you think that he is the successor to Drew Brees? Do you think that we need to go out and get another quarterback? Go ahead and comment down below, like and share this video. So thank you very much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast and just listening to this video. I really do appreciate it. Also subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com, search the State of the Saints podcast. Till next time, all I got to say is, who dat?